Motherwell in the League Cup midweek. Would it be another win against St Johnstone? Commentary comes from Paul Mitchell.
Well, it's same again for Hearts after the League Cup quarter-final win against Motherwell. Slamau, Suter and Haring continue to be ever-present this season. The loss to Celtic meant no semi-final place for Saints. A trio of changes: Chris Kane, David McMillan and Matthew Kennedy in, Craig, Watt and Witherspoon all on the bench. Smith forward, Alston, robbed by Smith, sets himself up, the left foot shot, Clark down well. Well, Shaughnessy has got it. Good work from Smith, getting the early shot away. Kennedy wants it back, gets it from Tanser. Kennedy into that's deflected off his Suter. Zamal has to dive across to make the stop. Alert goalkeeping, just took a nudge off the defender. Smith on to Morrison. It's been productive down the right flank for Hearts. Back on to Smith. That's a good ball in, and Foster has to pop it up and over the crossbar. A wry smile from Stephen Naismith. Well, that's good defending to make sure Naismith didn't get a touch. Suter is up. Lee on the corner. Hits off June. Haring is there! And into the top corner it goes. I think it was Chris Kane on the line who couldn't keep it out. Clever looping header, and it was Kane. Couldn't get on the end of it. And Peter Haring scores for the 5th time this season. Once more, Haring. Morrison, he's having some game. Colin Morrison. Forward onto Ollie Lee. Got away from Shaughnessy. That's a good save from Zander Clark. Hearts continuing to press, even to extend the lead. That's nodded away by Kerr. That might break for Mitchell. That's a really good hit. And the goalkeeper Zander Clark had to move his feet very quickly indeed to make the save. Morrison again onto Lee. Lee inside to McLeod. Shout for handball. Didn't look like it. Morrison gets free, goes to the top corner. Well, his performance, you could argue, deserves a goal, causing so many problems, and close again. Tanser, it's a decent ball in, but no takers. He goes across the take. Up against Mitchell. Pushed away, that's Callahan. Back on to right, drags the ball out from underneath his foot, and just gets the shot wide. Well, do right. Really good persistent play, and almost needed the equaliser. Mitchell on to Naismith. Turns, gets the shot away. Clark down, McLean! What a chance for Stephen McLean against his former employers. It's a good stop from the goalkeeper, pushed it to the side. Hearts and Rangers meet next Sunday. Ollie Lee to take. It's a good corner, done! 2-0 Hearts, and it's the first Hearts goal for Jimmy Dunn. Kerr flat-footed, went up too early, and Jimmy Dunn, who scored his first senior goal in football last season for Barrow, nets his first for Hearts. Right away from Haring. That's a lovely ball in onto Tony Watt. Tony Watt with a chance. Kane. Well, I think he got a slight touch to it. Couldn't convert Chris Kane. Tony Watt not long on, already making an impact. Smith. Playing on to Morrison. Back on to Smith on the overlap. Naismith waits. That was a chance for goal number 10 this season already for Stephen Naismith, but he'll remain on 9, having sent it over. He's not given up yet. Tommy Wright. Here's Ross Callahan. First signing by Craig Levine. Craig Levine took charge at Hearts once more. The St Johnstone player. The way through for Watt. Although Lee might present it back to him. Kane takes it wide. Mitchell goes across. Kane off to Foster. That's Watt. That's Callahan. That's a good little finish. Well, there's no celebration from the former Hearts man. as he brings his new club back into the match. That's his first St Johnstone goal. 13 minutes to play, 2-1 Hearts.
It was a tough game after what's been a pretty tough week, and today was the one I was worried about. And when I decided to go with the same team again, I was hopeful we could provide the energy levels that we did on Wednesday, and then for long spells of the game today I was pleased that we managed to do that. The only downside on today was that we could have made the game a hell of a lot easier for ourselves by taking our chances.
The last 20 minutes is probably where we showed more energy. People prepared to run, running behind, make things happen. So yeah, no, I have no complaints with the result, but I think we could have done more, and I think we probably would have got a result out of the game, but we didn't do that.
This incredible Hearts story this season continues. 0-0 last weekend. Stephen, how impressed were you by them this weekend?
They were excellent. They were brilliant in the game. They dominated the match, played a lot of outstanding football in the game. This is early in the match. Michael Smith, what I like about this is he passes and he moves. Lovely wee lay-off from Stevie McLean. And this kind of set the tone. The amount of chances that they created, and a lot of it was in wide areas. I know Michael did a piece last week about Hearts not using the width well enough. Well, they certainly did that yesterday, and this man I thought had an excellent game. Callum Morrison, really impressed with him. Turn the full back inside out and creating opportunities, and look at the numbers they've got in the box, and I think that's a big thing for Hearts this season. 22 shots they had yesterday, 10 in target. They're an entertaining team to watch, and that's because they promote so many men into the final third. Mitchell on the opposite side here, you see him driving in the park, but look at the width they're using again. Callum Morrison on the far side, lovely one-touch football, and unlucky to see that come off the woodwork again. I've highlighted Callum Morrison here, trying to get into those wide areas. They stretched St Johnstone, and St Johnstone didn't deal with it. And when you look again, the amount of numbers trying to get into the box, it's no surprise that they're scoring goals and being creative.
This, I don't know if anyone saw it, but they scored a wonderful goal during the week in the League Cup against Motherwell, and this was very similar. You know, the running off the ball, the constant attacking with pace, and that's something that obviously I didn't see a lot of last season.
No.
This season is a dramatic change. The number of bodies in the box that Tom was talking about, the pace that they attack with, and then yesterday, that width that they got in the side, because I think against Livingston, that was the one thing that was lacking, whereas yesterday, quite clearly they had that in abundance.
And I think they've got a real good balance to the side. The signings that he's made are excellent. In the middle of the park, Ollie Lee and Herring are a great combination.
Or Haring.
Well, Herring or Haring, whatever you like. I'll go for Herring. Is it Haring?
I think so, yeah. Anyway, the main point is that...
The main point is that they've recruited well, and the combinations they've got around the pitch are working very well.
And another main point is that they've got a huge month of fixtures coming up. As we can see here now, the question is, I suppose, Michael, will Hearts still be top of the table after all this, and will they be in the League Cup final after Super Sunday?
Well, look, we don't know, but the thing is, they cannot be going into this run of fixtures in any better form, and they'll be full of confidence. You know, going to Ibrox next week, they'll be believing that they can get something from that. And then importantly, you know, you've got Aberdeen and Hibs in the league at home, where, you know, Hearts, whenever they're successful, historically that home form is really the crux of it.
Quick word about St Johnstone, Tomo. A lazy performance at times.
Well,
Tommy Wright, was it fatigue from the midweek match against Celtic, perhaps?
Hearts played midweek as well, so you can't really look into that, and they picked the same side. 1 point from 9 for Tommy Wright's team, and it doesn't get any easier because they get Celtic up next.
Indeed. OK, now it's not that often that Celtic versus Aberdeen could be described as a mid-table clash, but it was 6th versus 7th as these two heavyweights locked horns at Celtic Park. Aberdeen winners last time they were there. Commentary comes from Liam McLeod.